mean?
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you?
Look at this asshole. This is Cynthia Ortiz. It is the Charles Perry Stalker podcast. It's December 2nd, 2021. Please do, we're doing the disclaimer. Use allegedly. Nobody's been convicted in court yet. Apply the but-for standard. But for Mr. Perry doing what he's doing to her. If he wasn't doing that to me, we wouldn't do the Stalker Perry podcast, would we? Use the reasonable person standard, and we assert all constitutional rights, which we shouldn't have to do, by the way, right? We just have those. Some of us don't. So all day, every day, I go through what she's going through. This is off of her.
Sir, please leave.
Okay, let me explain. Do this really quick. This is her TikTok channel. That's her TikTok channel. So I would encourage everybody that watches this to go follow her, because this poor girl, she's so young. Watch this. This is funny too, because this guy's talking to her like he thinks they're in a romance. He thinks there's something there or any chance of it at all. And that's what I go through with Mr. Perry is I get that he's still married to Jackie and has the family and everything in Lubbock, and he's the church deacon, Christian, Republican, whatever. We don't see that side of him in Oklahoma. Remember, I left. I moved twice to get away from Charles Perry and to get away from his drama and conflict and him bothering me, just like that guy's doing to her. And I'm telling people in 2011, he's coming up behind my house. He's watching me. He's showing up at restaurants where I am. My friend Cheryl Underwood saw it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I've been over this so much. And then I moved to Dallas and he butts in. I meet a man that I really cared about and he butts into that. And then starts getting me fired. Starts doing, getting into my wallet. He's constantly fucking with my money. I've gone over this so much that I'm not going to just keep repeating the same things, but has got I thank God I have 40 cops helping me that started investigating Perry over his peep show. He's got a dark web peep show. He actually trolls women, puts cameras in their home, and sells watch time on the dark web. And that's, the witness said, he'll get women fired. He usually picks women with children, divorced women with kids. He likes hurting people. He's sadist. He enjoys it. He cannot ejaculate without hurting people, and you can fucking tell. So he gets these women fired. And when I'm saying this, please understand, I'm not just saying this. I got this information from someone else. Someone that has known Charles for a long time. I have really not known him that long. Somebody who's investigating him. Someone who's been protecting me from him. The whole ringtone thing. We went into the whole ringtone thing. And then I guess some guy was pointed out the obvious. You can't say, she's crazy and she's talking about you want to get her ringtone. You guys have been recorded talking about getting her ringtone over and over and over. And in fact, the judge granting investigatory orders is complaining, why am I hearing the same fucking conversation over and over? The judge didn't say fucking, I said that. But he's, clearly didn't say that, but used that word. Why do these people not know they're caught? I mean, they're caught. If you've heard, if you guys are playing these recordings, like 50 of them for me, and Cynthia's heard them, they don't realize they're caught. Why are they still doing the same thing? And the guy goes, if you can't say she's crazy, which we all know you want to do, I'm not stalking her. She's just nuts. And you gotta have the. Then she's got 9 pages of phone calls. I mean, come on. You can't. I mean, what the hell's wrong with you, right? That's what we all. I'm gonna arrest her. I'm gonna false arrest her. Then he did, and obstructed justice when he did. I mean, I've gone over all of this so much. Like, I get sometimes people may hear the podcast for the first time, but I would encourage you to look at the other podcasts, because I've been over the same things that Mr. Perry's done to me, and every fucking one is so many times it's ridiculous. This little girl, okay, so Mr. Perry thinks that he came up here and told people that that I was his girlfriend, that I was his fiance, that I was his concubine, and that I was his wife. And then I guess Chief Miller asked me about a forged marriage license. He didn't have it with him. He came to my work and talked to me. He and Mike. Mike went in the bathroom. I really didn't talk to Mike. I talked to Chief Miller. Mike was in the bathroom. I get called on stage. Mike comes out of the bathroom and they leave. It was a very brief conversation. He asked me about two things: the forged marriage license and my money. Why is he taking your money? We told him not to do that. It looks like he wants to get out of the lawsuit. And so he said, I told him to get your hands out of her wallet. You're inconveniencing people in my town because you want to starve this girl and get out of a lawsuit. He also wants to starve me into a lie. I've said it very clearly over and over. No, not going to lie for you. You're committing grand larceny with intent to coerce. My guys will get you. It's fine. You want to do this shit, it's fine. When I quote you guys all the time and you get pissed off about it, please understand that happened because you pissed me off. You pissed my guys off because you did something to me. Something illegal, something you shouldn't have done. I said don't contact me. Didn't I? Get out of my phone. Get your cameras off me. Get the fuck out of my life. Didn't I? All you had to do is leave me alone. But he comes up and tells everybody that. He wanted to have two families, one in Lubbock and one in Oklahoma, only I won't have anything to do with them. I really won't. And the marriage license, I have not seen it. I've heard about it. I've been asked about it two or three times. Pinto mentions it in the recording that I have of Pinto, that he came to see me for my husband. And I'm like, I'm not married. I think you got the wrong girl. I honestly thought the man had the wrong girl. I'm sitting there asking him, tell me what the girl looks like that you came to see, because I'm not her. I'm not married. No, your husband said, no, listen, I don't think you have the right person. Like, I'm not married, so you came in here asking for someone who's married. That would not be me. I'm happy to help you find the right person. Just tell me what she looks like. And he insisted. Then he finally said, the senator sent me, and that's when I flip on my recorder. And then everybody heard the rest. I'll give you $5,000 if you'll sleep with them. What? Are you shitting me? No. Ew. Ew. So this girl is kind of describing what Mr. Perry does to me. He thinks something's there. How? How do you think that? What planet do you fucking live on? Delusional? You know, I moved twice. I've sued you 4 times. 4 times I've sued you. I just reopened one because you won't fuck off and leave me alone. What did I ask you for? One thing. Leave me alone. Get the hell out of my life. Leave me alone. That doesn't cost any money. It doesn't cost any time. And you got all these people all in this, and they're all pissed at you right now because it's a mess. There's nothing there. It's all in your head. It is not in my head. And you piss me off because you say stuff based on your bullshit you tell yourself every day, and I'm sick of it. We all are. Listen to this poor girl. This girl, it's, oh my gosh. She is like so young that like you actually I feel I identify with her because I know what it's like to be her. She's also accused of just wanting to get attention. Well, I was accused of that too. She just wants attention. Fuck you. That is not true. That is absolutely victimizing us again, saying crap like that. So this girl though is young. She's so young, and I'm 50, and I'm having to go through this at 50, and it's horrible. You got to have some hella coping skills in order to be stalked. You're voyeur raped. I've been physically raped, and I've been voyeur raped. It's the same. You're violated in the most awful, horrible, disgusting way. I'm in my home. I'm not in a strip club. I'm not on a stage. I'm not getting paid. Mr. Perry is gonna pay me. He doesn't get it. I mean, he keeps wanting to know who told and who they're telling, and these guys are calling cops everywhere. Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? And of course, nobody's gonna tell you shit. Especially after what happened to Lucky and Mike. There's no fucking way anybody's gonna tell you shit. If they wanted your money, they know you're looking for them. They'd pop out somewhere and get your money if they wanted to take your bribe, because we know you like buying cops. You know, there's some question right now. There's some question. This is this girl's TikTok channel. So again, I'm making sure everybody knows that. Follow her, join her. I mean, show your support for her, for all stalking victims. She did what no one has really been able to do right now that I've seen, and that is show what it's like to have to live with this every day, with this man following her. Because most stalkers are a little more covert about their stalking. It's harder to catch him. Like, this guy's really fucking idiot. But, I mean, he knows she's filming him. and he's doing it anyway. They're all like that. They know, like Mr. Perry keeps getting caught and he does it anyway. Like the 50 times with the ringtone, and we're like, you're caught. We know you want my ringtone. My ringtone doesn't concern you. Go have dinner with your wife and your kids, and get the fuck out of my life and my phone get off me. Get off me, rapist. Get off me. You make me feel raped. Get off me. I feel smothered. I can't breathe. Get off me. You butt into stuff. It's none of your business. You are not asked what you think. No one asked you. No one cares. Get the fuck off me. And this girl gives a really good depiction of whether you're being stalked like this guy, or you're being stalked in a little more covert manner like Mr. Perry does, or hiring guys like Pinto to come see me, and Mr. Robertson and Mickey James and Terry Wagner, and you're fucking smothered. And she does a great job of showing what it's like to be me. What is it like to have to deal with this all the time? And then with jobs, it's hard with jobs because they butt in and interfere and butt in and cause drama. And then people don't want to hire you. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with your crap. Yeah. Because you can't conduct yourself as a normal, dignified human being. You're a fucking monster. Mr. Perry stalking me is worse because I had 2 policemen that were trying to help me, clearly, or they wouldn't be in the place where they are now. One was Lucky Miller, one was Mike Neely. 6 days, I have crap happened in my car. My car has been wrecked 4 times in 2 years. Not me hitting someone else hitting me. Or a brick thrown at me on the freeway. That's not fishy. That's not fishy at all. She's talking about this guy is talking to her like they're together or something. And she's going, I don't even fucking, you gotta be shitting me with this. She's like, fuck you. I don't even know you. I barely know Charles Perry, really. I helped him get elected, but I mean, this is not somebody that I went on a date with. This is not somebody I had sex with. There's no kissing. There's no holding hands. Whatever love life he has is imaginary. It's not even fucking real. So watch this girl.
Young ladies and young girls and girls passed me by, and I didn't want you to pass me by when I saw you. I thought you were the one for me, and I'm pretty sure you feel the same way. Just to kick back and relax in life and get away from that ratness, the rotten people, and just pursue a different life, get a better head start, you know? I'm no one to preach to you. I'm not Mr. Perfect. Believe me, I've got so many faults, way more than even you do in your crazy life you live.
Way more faults than you do? What the fuck? These guys are loony toony. I mean, she's like, oh my God, what you don't? How do you even respond to something like that? I've got faults even more than you do. Like, nobody asked you. What? Okay, let's go on.
But
I'm a preschool teacher.
I don't wish, and I don't want any ill will on you. And animosity and anger is not good for the heart. I'm not angry at you. You know I love you.
Nobody asked you. See, he thinks that's what do you? I don't even know. The guy's crazy. I mean, and shit like that. People would come to my work and say shit like that to me. Charles wanted me to say blah 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 to you, and I'm like, what in the hell? I don't know. Go the hell away. I mean, you don't know what to say to this kind of shit. Like, there's a person speaking to you that clearly has no grasp on reality. They're making comments to you that are strange and bizarre, and they have something else in their head than what's real. They're talking about a life that they have and a fantasy that they formed in their mind that you know nothing about. And they are, it's just, okay, let's play the rest.
You. And I don't say that about anybody. Never, ever.
I don't know.
Only Ashley, the other girl I wanted to get to know. And she left her mom, you know, or she got arguments with her mom. Not her mom, her sister. And they were, getting along, and she's a real friendly, quiet girl. She's like the girl you'd see on Nickelodeon and you know, the Mickey Mouse Club growing up. But, I don't want to pursue anybody that way. There's young ladies and young...
What in the hell? What in the fucking hell? I mean, Golly. I mean, but that's what it's like to have to live with a stalker. They think there's something there, and there's nothing there. And you're just like, oh my gosh. I mean, the way that she screams, I mean, that's me.
Don't stalk me. I can't live here anymore because you stalk me. That's what I do.
He goes on in that video to say, just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone. Like, her sense of safety comes with conditions that he wants to see satisfied first.
See?
That's why we hate it when you say not all men. He's not carrying a sign.
Nobody asked him what he thought. Nobody asked him what he wanted. He was asked to stop. Leave me alone. And Mr. Perry does the same thing. Just call me. I'll type it in my phone. He fucking hacks my phone. Just call me. Just talk to me. I'll get you whatever you want if you'll do what I want. If you'll do what I say. I'll starve you if you don't. He threatened me. When I had my false arrest, he knew I had to file a police report to get a protective order. He knew he was threatening me with death. And they knew they were poisoning me. Because I promise you, if they weren't, they would have made sure I was tested. There would have been a big old press conference. And there would have been a, see, she lied. She just wanted attention. But they made sure I wasn't tested. You have to file a police report to get a stalking protective order in Oklahoma. I had tried in May 2015. I forgot the police report of all things. I don't even know how the hell that happened. Because I remember pulling it out and setting it on the table that I walked by when I'd leave my house. And for whatever reason, I forgot it. And I get to court and it's not, and I'm telling the judge, I forgot it at home, but I have the case number and I have the officer's name that took my report. He denies me because Marler versus Clower says you got to have it. And he says, but Mr. Perry, it goes without saying. You have to leave her alone. She doesn't want to talk to you. She doesn't want to have anything to do with you. Leave her alone. It goes without saying means surely at your age you know this. It goes without saying at your age surely you get this already. I shouldn't have to say it. Well, he was wrong. So then things escalate. He sends Mr. Roberson in and I'm getting threatened and I'm getting, same as Pinto. He likes to hire proxy stalkers and I'm getting threatened and things escalate. I fill out a police report. It wasn't even a week and I'm arrested for filing a false police report in retaliation for a public servant doing his job. He doesn't even know what his duties are as a legislator. And he thinks there's a romance there. And he thinks you get a date by throwing somebody in jail. I lost my house. My son went through that with me. My child knew that we moved twice to get away from Charles Perry. My son knew why we were moving. In fact, the second time we moved, my son... something he said to me contributed to it, like a begging, like, get us out of here. And I'm not going to get into the details of that conversation because it's, nobody's business. I got to have some things that are just private. My son said, get us out of here. So we move again. We come to Oklahoma. We did that because we don't want to fight. We want to have a nice, happy, normal life. We didn't come to Oklahoma to pick a fight with anybody. We didn't come here to have a problem. We came here to get away from one. We're women. I'm women. He's a man, and my son is a man now. But back then he was a child. Women don't want to be harassed by men. We don't. Some of us will kick you back. Some of us will kick your ass back, and you won't get up. So, be very careful. But you know what? We shouldn't have to do that. What should be is men should be gentlemen and respectful. And when a woman says, please leave me alone, that's it. Leave her alone. You move on and you find a woman that gets you or that likes you or that wants you, because I don't want you. I don't like you, and I for sure shit don't get you. I really don't. I can't wait till my guys arrest you or someone arrests you. I don't even care who at this point. I really don't. Long as you're not around to bother me anymore. Everybody's really sick and tired of you. Please, fuck off.
That would warn others that he's a stalker. He's not carrying any sort of notification that he spent 4 years making that woman's life a living hell, that she's moving.
Do you hear that? Making the woman's life a living hell. This is not someone. I'm going to tell you something. When I was dating my husband, when I was dating Saeed, I dated Saeed for 4 years. We pretty much lived together. When I met Fabian, when I was with Daryl, when they walked in the room, I was so happy to see them. And I felt a sense of relief. And I felt a sense of peace. And I was happy. And I felt joy. And they made me happy. I was glad they were there. I couldn't wait to see them. And Charles, I'll get up in the morning and I'll pick up my phone to see if I have any texts or emails or something from people I like. And there he is typing in my phone, and I want to throw my phone I want to throw it in the river. I hate him. I hate hearing from him. I want him gone. I want the fucker gone. I have not gone to law school. I have not been to law school. He's taken all my money. The fucker has taken everything I worked for all my life. I worked all my life to build a campaign consulting career. I worked at it. I had a medical business too. So that took second fiddle until I was done with my medical. I'm done with, listen, Perry keeps typing in my phone, go to nursing school. I don't want to be a nurse. I didn't ask you what you thought either. Get out of my business. I don't want to be a nurse. I'm done with medical. Done with it. And I didn't ask you what you thought. Fuck off. Stop butting in. Do not butt in again. We got my guys tell me we just recorded them. They had a big old long conversation about what you're going to do when they get you kicked out of your house. When they take all your money, get you kicked out of your home. Odd, I had a money problem today I shouldn't have had. It better get straightened out real quick. Perry, listen to me. I don't want to hear from you. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to the words. You're a grown-ass man. It goes without saying. When a woman says, don't contact me, don't fucking contact me. The thing with the ringtone, you pissed my guys off because I said, don't fucking contact me. And you did it anyway. So we got that. You can't say she's crazy when she's talked about the fucking ringtone about 50 times because you guys have been recorded talking about it about 50 times. And now she's got 9 pages of phone calls within a few days from you trying to get a ringtone. Like, who is this stupid? Who the hell is this stupid? I said, I know about the ringtone. You're caught. When that happens, stop. Or maybe make sure it doesn't happen again. Because when you leave people alone and don't make their lives a living hell, listen, you don't have a constitutional right to make my life a living hell. I do have the right to live my life and not be harassed. Guess what else I have the right? Equal protection of the law. The laws in Oklahoma against stalking and voyeurism and hacking and peeping and all the weird shit you do, grand larceny with intent to coerce, those laws are there to protect citizens. I live here, Perry. You do not. Get the fuck out of here. But as it turns out, those laws are in all 50 states. If it's illegal, people don't like it when you do that. You have nothing real. You have not a fucking thing real with me at all. It's all in your head. You look ridiculous.
Because of him. When you say not all men, you diminish those experiences because there's no way to know. We know it's not all men, but we need the men who would never behave like that to start checking the ones that do, because we can't fight this fight alone.
Don't stop me here. Please, I can't live here anymore because you...
See? Who should have to live like that? As soon as I get up, imagine you get up and you grab your phone and you want to see if your friends or family or whoever has called or returned a text or an email or whatever. And then some freak is hacked your phone and is typing in it. Call me. I'm going to have you arrested again. Threat after threat after threat after threat. Lie for me or else. You're going to apologize or else. Just go be. What does that even mean, just go be? How about you go be normal? Get the fuck out of my phone. I have over 200 texts and emails I've not seen because he'll delete them before I do. I know I've picked up I know I've heard my phone, give me a notification. I have a Facebook message or a text or something, and I go look and there's nothing there. Twice. One time I went to work and the waitress is like, I fucking texted you. Why didn't you text me back? And I'm like, what? I didn't get your text. So she shows me on her phone, I texted you this. And I pull it up on my phone and I go, look, there's nothing there. It was gone. There wasn't anything there. My cousin calls me one day. I texted you to see if you were going to come over for dinner. Are you coming? I'm like, what? He goes, I didn't hear from you. I was getting worried. I pull it up and there's nothing there. When I go to his house for dinner, he shows me the text. Sure as shit, he texted me asking me if I wanted to come to dinner. You don't have the right to do that, you fucking idiot. Listen, you're violating me, and I told you to stop. Fuck off. When we quote you verbatim, because my guys have a legal way to get what you just said, they're working to put you in jail. So you can't do this shit to me anymore. You can't act like that guy.
Stalk me. That's what I do.
I don't have to live like that anymore. A lot of people hate your guts for what you're putting me through. And the Neelys and the Millers. Hate your guts. To high heaven. It's not that hard to get information. Because when you're in jail, Charles, we don't have to deal with it ever again anymore. There will be no more of it. You're gone. We're sick and tired of you. Everybody is sick and tired of you. So I pick up my phone and he starts typing and I can't, or I'm trying to do homework or something, and I'm trying to pull up the website and he's jamming it up. I'm trying to watch my Roku. I guess you can hack a Roku. I know you can hack a baby monitor. I'm talking with my guys about that. I'm not going to share everything that I have there. I'm not. It's none of your business. You can find out in court in your criminal case. I'm not going to get into all of that. But I'm trying to watch my Roku. He jams that up. I can't fucking watch anything. He jams everything up. Like I said, it makes you want to throw your phone up against his head. I mean, it just, everybody knows what it feels like to have computer problems. Everybody knows what it feels like to have a phone, whatever, glitch up. You want to throw the phone and the computer across the room. You just do. It doesn't mean you do it. So don't go run into a judge. Oh, she's threatening me. People say that. I wanted to throw punch that guy. That doesn't mean they're going to do it. Stop being stupid and taking everything literal. That doesn't mean anybody's going to throw it up against your head. It does, you guys don't understand how ridiculous you look when every little thing I say, you make it like it's real. Like she just made a threat. No, I didn't. Saying it makes you feel like blah, blah. Everybody feels like that. It doesn't mean you're going to do it. It doesn't mean that, when my friend Jason Moore goes, I wanted to high-five that guy in the face with a chair. I think you had it on Facebook. Everybody laughs. Everybody knows Jason's not going to high-five somebody in the face with a chair. Okay, so why are you so dumb? You don't get it, that's how that's meant. It's not meant literally. I don't go where you are. I will tell you this. If you come where I am, then I will kick the shit out of you. You're not going to get close to me. You're not. That doesn't mean, like, if we're in the courtroom and, what that means is if you try to come near me and talk to me or do something to me, I'm not going to wait to see if you have a weapon on you. I'm going to take you down. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to let you hurt me. I'm not. I'm not going to go where you are. You're not worth it. You're not. So, okay, let's hear what she says.
Was on in that video to say, just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone. Like, her sense of safety comes with conditions.
Okay. Yeah, our sense of safety does not come with the conditions. When a woman says, leave me the fuck alone, leave her the fuck alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Get the hell out of my life. And the more you refuse, the harder you got my 40 cops going after you. And then we start quoting what you just said. So, they believe the same thing that lady said. I deserve my peace. I deserve my privacy. It is illegal what you're doing. You do not have the right to peep and hack and pretend like you have a romance that it doesn't exist to me at all. You're not entitled to a lie. You're not entitled to kill 2 police officers who appear to have been trying to help me. You don't. You absolutely do not have the right to threaten or harass or coerce anybody at all. You don't have the right to obstruct justice. You don't have the right to go into court and lie. You don't have the right to demand someone lie for you and cover it all up. And you don't have a cover-up, by the way. You don't have one. I know you think you do. You really don't. That ship sailed a long time ago. You don't have a date. You don't have a romance. You got nothing. There's nothing real. There's no real love life. There's your imagination. There's your imaginary soap opera, and that's it. And you bother me, and you bother me, and you bother me, and you bother me. And when you bother me, you piss me off. And when you piss me off, you piss those guys off, that then they start going up your ass and telling me what you just said. Get a ringtone, Richard. Get a ringtone, Richard. Get a ringtone, Richard. Again, let's try to get a ringtone, Richard. Richard, you're stalking me too. Stop. You consider this my cease and desist. Do not do that again. Then the guy's right. You can't say I'm crazy when I keep talking about my ringtone, and then I got bazillions of phone calls coming in. Don't fucking stalk me again. Please cease and desist. Please leave me alone. I haven't done anything to you except ask you to leave me alone. All right, there's another one that's this. Where is it? This poor chick. I mean, this is just, it's awful to have to live with this crap. Like, you don't even know. Okay, here we go. The fuck? People think she just wanted attention. Wow. You know, what gives you the right to even say something like that? Again, unless you're in our shoes, fuck you. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't have a clue what you're talking about. All right, so hang on. I'm going to show you something else. Okay, so this is Pinto. So Mr. Perry went into court and said, first of all, I wasn't there. He's done a lot of ex parte hearings, which I guess now they're regretting. I hear. So what happened is, this is the guy that came up and said, your husband sent me, and I'm like, the fuck? This is one contact within the state of Oklahoma that was stalking. I didn't know this man, hadn't seen him since either. So I recorded him right here. Once he said the Texas senator sent me, I flipped on my recorder. I had one in my purse. You know why? Because there were men coming up to me like that at Sensations out in Pryor. Well, I call Mays County, and I'm talking to them, and they're like, well, I can't do anything with this, ma'am, unless you record these people, because you're telling me that's what the guy said to you, and that he threatened you, and then what do I do with that? I can't get that in front of a judge and go anywhere with it. So I need you to get a recorder and start recording these people when they come talk to you at your work. And then I could do something. And I was like, okay. So I did. I went and bought a recorder. So I had the recorder in my purse. It's very small. You can't see it. I had it just barely sticking out. And this guy comes to me, and here's the conversation. Anybody can listen to it. It's right here. Anybody could read the transcripts. It's right here. I filed this in federal court. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Mr. Perry. You guys think you're all fooling everybody and such, but there's been a lot of cops and a lot of attorneys, prosecutors all over the place looking at this stuff and going, why wasn't there an injunctive? Okay, an injunctive order is supposed to be granted when there's been loss and it's likely to occur again. Likely. And these guys are like, not only was it likely, it did occur again. What is this? This is stalking. This is illegal conduct right here. Sending this man in to say this shit to her. He's soliciting prostitution. He's asking me if I want $5,000 to sleep with him. I'm like, ew. Fuck no. Oh, come on. Just be creeped out with him. Just be creeped out for a couple of hours and you'll be, see, then he starts saying, you're occupied. What the hell does that even mean? First it was you're married, blah, blah, blah. And no, but how am I occupied? I can't get into that. What do you mean you can't get into that? I'm not in a consensual relationship with this person. This is stalking. I'm suing him. I'm beating you off with a legal bat. What do you think that's for? Just because I'm bored? It takes everything I have to sit around and, I had to go buy law books. I had to decide, do I want to, I'm not, This is like not a decision always about should I get my nails done or should I go buy a $60 law book. It costs the same. Okay, so what I did is, okay, well, I'm not going to go get my nails done because I have got to get out from under this weirdo. So I got to go spend $60 instead on a book so that I can learn the law and fight him in court because I've called every fucking attorney and I guess they got to him. I don't know what did Mark send out a mass email to everybody in the Oklahoma Bar Association, don't help her. I mean, I don't even know what happened, but I couldn't. There was one guy that was very nice and that he did say, I would take your case if you do it like this. And we had a disagreement on strategy. So there was one guy, but there's a zillion attorneys in Oklahoma. And mine was a very easy civil rights case. It is straight up blatant civil rights violation. Shouldn't have been that hard to find an attorney, but I couldn't find one. And the one guy that wanted to help me wanted to do it quite different than I did. So he did not want to get into the obstruction of justice or the perjury. Well, that's the two major key points of my case right there. They did obstruct justice and they did go into court and lie because there was no political vendetta. I was arrested for filing a false police report in retaliation for a public servant doing his job as a state senator. They're alleging there was a false police report filed and it was because the motive was a political vendetta. There's no evidence to support a political vendetta anywhere because there wasn't one. I've been in politics all my life. I was raised in the home. I'm an elected official. I lived a good part of my life in Vegas. You're around famous people all the time. I worked with Harry Reid's office. I met Harry Reid. I worked with John Ensign. I mean, what the hell do I care about some little podunk, nobody, newly elected senator, new guy? I don't need his help with anything, I promise. I had 20,000 other people I could call. Should I have needed something? There was never a conversation that I went to Mr. Perry and said, oh, please help me with this, blah, blah, blah. And he said no, and I'm mad now. I did help him get elected. All my clients were as conservative as him. There's plenty of people that told me no when I wanted something. Randy Nagelbauer was one of them. Mr. Nagelbauer, I want you to support this federal legislation protecting kids at a faith-based teen rehab program for child abuse. Twice he voted against it. He said no. I'm not accusing him of stalking me, because he's not. He's not pulling up behind my house and watching me in my backyard. He's not showing up at restaurants where I am, and I have not invited him. So he's not threatening false arrest and then carrying it out. McNamara email of 2015, that's what I said. It was in October. He had me arrested the next year in January. Well before he did it, I said it. This guy's telling me, why don't you sleep with him for $5,000? And I'm like, ew. Oh, come on, just be creeped out by him and be $5,000 richer. And I'm just like, you got to be shitting me. Look, right there. Now you listen, get richer. He will be really nice, and he'll pay $5,000 for one night. Soliciting prostitution on behalf of Mr. Perry. That's stalking, and it's solicitation. And what in the fuck? What in the fuck? So that's why you got attorneys going, well, she filed that asking for an injunctive order, which you can get if it's likely to occur again. It didn't just likely occur; it did occur. He did do it again. So why was there not an immediate hearing and an immediate injunctive order? What happened? Why did that happen like that? Something's wrong. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so hang on a second. Okay, so we're back now. Okay, so this is the real quick. I mean, this is just, it's pathetic. It goes on and on and on all the fucking time. It's just, these guys are. Okay, so here's the McNamara email. It's dated October 29, 2015. What's I say? He wants me arrested. The whole thing is right here. That's part of why he wants me arrested. He wants to coerce me. Stalkers are all about isolating their victims. And by the way, he wanted to arrest our son too. I'm telling Mike's husband this. This was in October. And so in January, things escalated. I filed a police report on the 21st, not the 12th. The paperwork has a type, they transposed the numbers. About stalking escalated. Mr. Robertson was creeping out my customers. My customers complained to the waitress. The waitress blew it off. They got pissed. They got really pissed. The guy goes, it's one thing if you're saying it. I'm the customer. I saw things you didn't see. I'm complaining about it. What are they going to do? Wait till he blows your hat off and then do something? They were mad. So anyway, Mr. Robertson was asked to leave, I believe. That's not even a week. There's no investigation. There's no time for a police investigation in a week. This is the 29th. I'm arrested for the first time in my life. I've not been a criminal. I've not been accused of any crimes ever in my life before until Mr. Perry decides he needs a smear campaign or a subjugation. It's called witness and victim subjugation, economic subjugation, intimidating a witness, intimidating a victim. What do you think that did? You don't think that intimidated? Absolutely. Absolutely, that's what it was intended to do. What did I do? Fight back. I fought back. Why should we have to put up with this? We don't. We actually don't have to put up with it. That's the thing. People think you're supposed to shrug your shoulders and go, oh, well, that's just the way it is. Is that what people think? Because if that's what people think, they think wrong. You don't. I have the right to not be stalked. I have the right to have my privacy. I have the right to look in my phone and it's not hacked. I have the right to tell a little old fart with no life, I don't like you. Get out. Get away from me. Don't contact me again. And he has a legal obligation to then respect my wishes and leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Don't contact me in any way, shape, or form ever again. Leave me alone. That's the law, right? And as a judge said, it goes without saying you shouldn't have to be told at your age, Mr. Perry, don't contact her. Right? Okay. So then we do these bond conditions because they want me to lie. Please lie. And I was like, nope, not going to lie. I'll stay quiet if Mr. Perry agrees never to bother me again. That's how that first sentence got there. Because he's a state senator in Texas. Why is he going to allow his name to be there saying he can't contact me? That's what that says. He shall have no further contact with me. Okay, so what happens is he goes into court and says, a false police report's been filed. It's not been investigated to see if it's true or false. A false police report's been filed, and it's over a political vendetta. There's no tweets, there's no emails, there's no text, there's nothing about anything political between Mr. Perry and I. From 2011. There's one email about his trying to blow him off. One email. You hear how vocal I am? You hear when I'm pissed about something, you're gonna know it. And you're going to know how pissed I am. You're going to hear all about it. I'm very vocal with what I think. I don't care what you think about what I think. Okay, but before, that was in 2014. I'm already out of Lubbock. He's sending me a bunch of fundraiser emails, and I'm like, I don't like your position on whatever this no abortion thing. I didn't give a shit about that. He didn't matter to me. 2011, all these years before that, is when I started complaining about his stalking. The reason I sent that email in 2014, years later, and only one, is because I'm getting fundraiser emails. I don't live in Lubbock anymore. I don't want to hear from this guy anymore. And I don't want his wife getting all upset. I didn't want to upset his wife. I'm trying to be discreet. You know, how horrible am I to not want to upset his wife? He has an imaginary affair with me. I don't have one with him. You're going to leave me alone. All right, so here's this. The agreement was he never contacts me again. So he first goes into court and claims there's a political vendetta with no evidence of that at all. There's emails going back to 2011. He's coming up behind my house. He's creeping me out. All my clients, by the way, were pro-life. All of them were pro-life. You can't get elected in Lubbock if you're not pro-life. You can't do it. 86% far right wing. So there's no reason for me to not want to kick him out of his office because of that. Because whoever takes his place is going to be pro-life too. They have to. That's what the constituents there want. It wouldn't matter. There's no motive there. He's making up this crap, Anyways, okay, so then the police report supposedly is false, but he didn't allow it to be investigated. He had me arrested. He obstructed justice. So he goes in, he does all that, and then takes me, then admits he did. I am stalking. Okay, so I'll stop. If she'll stay quiet. That was the agreement. But guess what? I get home, and my feet hadn't hit Oklahoma dirt yet. I get my phone to see what have I missed while I was gone in jail for 2 months. Lost my house. I'm staying at my cousin's because I've lost my home. My son also lost his home. My son also had to explain why his mother was arrested. Yeah, that's not cool. That's pretty sick to put a kid through that. Okay, so, and he's right away typing in my phone. I had hoped, and I didn't want to hear it. I stuck my phone down and I walked off. You had hoped? Well, I didn't ask you what you hoped for. I asked you to leave me alone. So, This is I get this in jail for my guys. That's not a good one. There's a better one. Fabian puzzle. Everybody knows the Fabian puzzle. In jail. They got power, Charles. They also are interestingly smart. So I only had to say one time, Charles is a butt-in. I want Fabian. And I get that. You cause fear and sadness and you're a butt-in. Now, who can get a puzzle like that to me in jail? That's specific to me. In jail. Somebody with a lot of power that you don't, and you don't have that. So then the charges are dismissed in my favor. A year and a half later. What kind of monsters do shit like this to people? What kind of monsters do shit like this to people? Do you not know how awful everyone sees you? You're awful. Everyone's sick and tired of you. And this thing, I guess today somebody was like asking around, who is this? Who's doing this? Who's helping her? Who's talking? Who's helping her? Do you think it's this? Do you think it's that? And the guy goes, listen, people like her. So I can imagine some are talking, yeah. And they're not going to tell you you're dangerous. They're not going to tell you if they are. They're not going to help you. You're the villain. You're hurting people. Dead Lucky. Almost dead Framed Mike. And almost dead Cynthia. You really think they're going to tell you if they're a leak? Did you fall down and bonk your head on the pavement? So, everybody's sick and tired of you. Sick and tired of you. Please stop. Please stop. So they're poisoning me. They admit to it. There's this. And I promise you, if they weren't, they would have had me tested. They would have had a press conference. They'd have said, we had her tested. The test results show she's not being poisoned. She made that up. But they didn't have me tested. They made sure I wasn't. Because what should have happened is I should have gone into Tulsa police. I should have had a blood draw and hair, jerked my hair out of my head. And then they test it to see if there's any arsenic and phenobarbital or whatever. It's a full tox panel in my blood and in my system. And then you proceed to find out, how did it get there? Who put it there? There's a long process of all this. How did it get into her blood? How did it get into her hair? They go analyze a video from Lady Godiva's. We lost that too. Mr. Powell's job was, as the prosecutor, to preserve that evidence, and he didn't. He didn't bother. They never intended to go to trial. So that whole thing was just to intimidate me. Because you can't arrest somebody. It's a Fourth Amendment violation of your rights to throw somebody in jail just because you can. Just because you think you can. It's a serious matter. It's a constitutional violation. You don't have the right to stalk me. You don't have the right to violate my privacy in any way, shape, or form. And you get out. Get the fuck out. You don't have the right to sit around and bullshit yourself all day. Get the fuck out. There's nothing real. Yeah, I left 8 years ago. I've been in Oklahoma 7 years now. Okay, so I'm buying charcoal to try to absorb whatever it is they're giving me, because this is happening at my work. I have to work. I'm taking care of I'm a single mom. I'm taking care of a kid by myself. I gotta work. So I'm having to walk into a situation every day, every night, where I could die. And I would sit my son down and talk to him, and he knew what was going on. I would sit my son down and talk to him and go, I may not come home. And I've made arrangements with our family to take care of you if something happens to me. I love you. I mean, we made sure we told each other when I left to work, because that could happen to anybody at any time. You never know what your day's gonna be, but it's worse when you know someone's trying to kill you at your work. Isn't it? So he failed to preserve my the video. There's a process once you determine, yes, this person has poison in their blood. Now we got to find out, how did it get there? Who, how, what, when did it get there? It's not just, anyway. Okay, so in Tulsa, police don't even call me back until the 15th. What is she asking for? Evidence. Chain of custody of evidence was interfered with, and Mr. Powell didn't bother to preserve it. If you're going to go to trial, you got to have the evidence. Otherwise, it's destruction of evidence, right? I don't know. So I've gone through a lot of sacrifices and a lot of suffering to sue Mr. Perry 3 times to be rid of him, to get a judge to say, leave her the fuck alone. Here's the actual court order. Judge Ira gave him a verbal reprimand. It goes without saying, Mr. Perry, leave her alone. It goes without saying, Mr. Perry, leave her alone. It goes without saying, I shouldn't have to tell you this, leave her alone. Right? That's when I tried that. And then after that, things got really weird. This says you have to file a police report. You don't have a choice. And he knew that. He knew that. So everybody knows my story. I mean, it's been out all over the place. And all the, these are the 2011 where I'm telling my friends he's pulling up behind my house. I may have to move. Right? All of that. Anybody can look at it when they want. I'm not going to sit there and read through each one right now. And then, this is my friend Marvin. I'm asking him about in 2014. Do you remember when I said that somebody went had an affair with me and I wouldn't do it? And he's like, yeah. I said he had me false arrested. That's freaking nuts. He says, this is my friend Cheryl. Saw what I didn't see. Perry walking in the restaurant looking for me. I went to run errands. He's hacked my phone. He's using it as a GPS. I go run errands one day. Normally every Wednesday we went to Carino's. I go run errands one day, leave my phone at home. So he should think I'm at home, right? Nope, because he had cameras in my house, so he knew I left. Because if I leave my phone at home and he's using my phone as a GPS, he thinks I'm at home. Nope. Because he has cameras in my home, he's watching me leave. He knows I'm not at home. But I didn't bring my phone with me, so he doesn't know where I am. So he goes to Carino's looking for me, probably. And Cheryl said he was pissed. He wasn't eating there. He walked in, walked back to where she was, shot her a dirty look, and left. And he had if he wasn't there, his staffer was there every weekend, every week, Wednesday. So you got all that. The position on abortion is, I think it's here, Aurora, when I'm talking to Aurora. Yeah, okay, so I wasn't upset about it's not about pro-life or pro-choice. What I said to Aurora back then, when you write down what you think at the time, then it's long before you could have anticipated somebody's going to go into court and lie and twist it or whatever. It's good that you have it in writing, because then you can say, but I did say back then, before I could have anticipated somebody was going to try to speak for me. No one speaks for me but me, by the way. Nobody. So even if something's on Facebook, we've all talked about it first. We've all decided that's what I want. I'm okay with what's being said. Or that's what you want to quote me, quote me. This is what I want quoted. But nothing is said without my permission. It's a group conversation. Okay, so we have in 2013, again, I first started talking about stalking problems in 2011. See? Okay, so this is long after, a couple of years later. Okay, so Rick Perry, not Charles Perry, which I love Governor Perry, but I did disagree with him about this. Notice I didn't accuse him of stalking, because he's not. What he did is they had some abortion bill, something about, I don't even remember exactly now what it was, but it limited what doctors could practice in what hospitals, and limited abortion access. They extended the session to pass it. I said to Aurora, they're spending tax dollars, like millions of tax dollars, to pass a law that's not going to hold up to the Supreme Court. That, I was irritated. I'm also very fiscally conservative. Guess what? That's exactly what happened. The Supreme Court did not hold it. They did not. I was right. So my issue wasn't about pro-life or pro-choice. It was really about fiscal responsibility. So, that was the email that I sent to Mr. Perry saying, I don't like your position on this bill. Don't contact me again. And it's long. I was trying to be discreet. It's not a fight. It's one email. Because this is a fight. Me telling him, leave me alone. This right here, and 3 lawsuits. These are dated September 11, 2011. 11, 12, 13. 2 years before. And 14. 2 to 3 years before that bill even came up. I'm talking about him stalking me. So, and I had, again, this bill, it actually hit. I was already gone from Lubbock. I left, and I was in Dallas, the Dallas area. So here I'm telling Michael Quinn Sullivan, I just want him to leave me the fuck alone. I just want him to leave me the fuck alone. I just want to be left alone. That's all I want. So, guys, when we get all this shit, oh, there's my okay, look at this. I'm in jail for wanting somebody to leave me the fuck alone. Look, it's not, I don't need the lie. You need the lie. Leave me the fuck alone, Charles. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay, so look at this. It's not my secret, it's your secret. And I don't give a shit about you. I don't need the lie, you need the lie. Okay, so when we get stuff, here's my puzzle. My guys get that to me in jail. Do you think maybe they have a little bit of power if they can do that? Fabian, I'm telling them, Charles is a butt-in. I don't like him. He's gross. He's a disgust to me. And I want Fabian. This was back in, I'm not going to say exactly when it was, a long time. And I get this. Sadness and boo denote the fear and sadness Charles causes. He's a butt-in. Charles is selfish. He needs a butt-in. Boo is a private joke between one of my friends and I. That's nobody else's business. That's between him and I. And Fabian and Hope intersect. Now, in this book, this company makes a bazillion books, right? Okay, but I end up with this puzzle just like this. In jail. It didn't happen at just some random time. It happened right then. And it's not just not some random name. It's Fabian's name. And it's not these words, could be any words. You know how many words are in the English language and names? And they're not just in the same book or on the same page. They're intersecting like that. They're right there together. So you want to fuck with somebody with that kind of power. Wow, okay. Some people aren't very smart. But they get this for me. I guess I don't even know about this. I'm not even going to say what I know and don't know right now. What I'm going to say is this was a recording of somebody else. Shocked that I filed an amended petition because Mr. Powell filed something that was intended to intimidate me. Wow, okay. Listen, right now I'm not going to speak any more to that at all. I'm quoting somebody else. If this person is incorrect, then that's on them. I'm quoting a recording. And I don't even know who said that. I'm not told that. I'm never told that before whoever this guy is, it's for his protection. So there's that. And then we got this one. Oh, my guys tell me that. Since 2009 of August, when he first started talking about taking your car, every day we get them recorded talking about taking your car or wrecking your car, sending you down an embankment, or doing something to your car, damaging it, ruining it. August 23rd, 2019. It's not legitimate, but I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. Perry was recorded. And my guy says every day since. These guys are obsessed with your car. The latest thing was, where's she going to live when we get her kicked out of her apartment, her house? Where am I going to live? Do you really think that's how you get a date? That's what you do when you care about somebody? Treat them like shit like that? So that's part of the problem Mr. Perry doesn't understand, is that he gets all upset that we keep finding out what he's trying to do. But you're pissing everybody off. They don't like it. Nobody likes one person being mean to another. They really don't. I deserve my privacy. I deserve peace. I deserve to be able to live my life and work and make money and do what I want to do without you butting in and bothering me. You need to go to Lubbock and spend time with your constituents and your wife and your kids and leave me the fuck alone. And don't bother me again. No, listen. He starts typing in my computer. Fuck off. You're breaking the law. You're violating me. You make me feel raped. I don't like you. I don't have any feelings but disgust for you. I said stop. I said leave me alone. You do not have the right to stalk me. I do have the right to kick your ass. And I mean that metaphorically, Matt. That's not a threat. It's a metaphor. I have the right to kick you, to beat you off with a legal baseball bat, and help the police. They got me all this. Put you in jail. Because when you're in jail, you can't do that anymore. So what do you think I want? Because we're all sick and tired of dealing with it, Mr. Perry. It's not that hard to get information. We're all sick and tired of dealing with you and your drama. and your problems. When you contact me, when you cause problems, loss, or drama, when you cause a crisis and I got to make a bunch of phone calls and sit on hold and fix the problem, or, fix my car because you wrecked it again. When you cause anxiety and stress, when you invade my privacy in any way, shape, or form, my guys go at you like a motherfucker. And then we start finding out what you just said. Right? No, don't complain. Shut up, Charles. You asked for it. My guys go at you like a motherfucker. Leave me alone. Peeping is a crime, not a date. It is a criminal act. It's a deviant criminal act. It's a sex deviant criminal act. It is unattractive. It is disgusting. It is a turnoff. There is a reason most guys don't do it. You are nasty. You need to go get help. You make my skin crawl. You make all my skin crawl. And you guys, you fuckers, that help him, that are on his payroll, if I'm quoting any of you in this, again, I'm not told that. I'm not told that for a reason. I don't get the name. I will say the name Blankenship comes up all the time, but I don't know who the hell that is. They don't tell me that. What I'm going to tell you is this stuff right here. Mr. Perry, when you contact me in any way, shape, or form, when you cause me a financial hardship, when you cause me an emotional hardship, when you make my life all stressful and anxious and gross because you're watching me take a shower or do something, get out of my house. Get the fuck out of my house and my phone. You were never invited here. Never invited here. I left to get away from you. You were never invited here. Ever. When you slander me, when you cause a hardship, when you cause a drama or a crisis or a loss, my guys want to hurry up and put you away so we don't have to deal with this anymore. You're gone. Finally, I can have my privacy back. Finally, I can have peace. Finally, I can date whoever the fuck I want. Whether that's Fabian or somebody else. I can do whatever. I can talk to my family and not have to worry that you're going to start threatening them. I can talk to my friends. I can do whatever in my life. I get my life back. What do you think I want? It's not you. It'll never be you. You're the guy on the TikToks. You're just like that guy that chick has to deal with. Get the fuck out of my life. The reason I sued you and have done without things I'd, a whole lot more fun to get my nails done than go buy a book at the law, in a law book and sit down and read it and study. How do you sue somebody? And then I have to pay for copies, and then I have to pay for mail, I have to pay for this, and I have to pay for that. Well, it's part of my way of getting rid of you. I don't like you. Don't sit there and talk about where's she going to live when we get her kicked out of her house. That's what's getting you sued. Those kind of conversations right there. You have a conversation where you sit around and plan something harm for me. My guys get pissed off at you. The same guys that got me the Fabian puzzle and the McNamara email and all this and whoever the hell Blankenship is. I don't even know who the hell that is. Listen, they get pissed. I get pissed. I'm sorry. That goes the other way around, or all at the same time. I get pissed when you contact me because I don't like it. When I'm pissed, they get pissed. They go at you. We all want this wrapped up, so you're gone. And there's no more. There's nothing. There's no more. That's it. We're done. No more drama. No more weird Charles sitting around being, Looney Tune, freak show, sliming his delusions all over everybody else all day long. Get a fucking life. Go see your constituents. Go see your family. You're going to need the alibi, believe me. Leave me the hell alone. Leave me alone. Please, sir, leave me the fuck alone. I've been saying that since 2014, long before she did. Long before she did, I'm screaming in the podcast, leave me alone. Get out of my life. Fuck off. Leave me alone. What part of that don't you get? What part of leave me alone? Stop. No. Do you not understand? At your age, you ought to understand it. It goes without saying. Don't contact her, Mr. Perry. At your age, I shouldn't have to say this. That's what it goes without saying means. Get some fucking help.